Okay, agriculture, Varro. Consecutum SM. Um, if there was for me, or there's some time following for me, in otium and leisure, facundia, the vocative of his wife, commodious, more suitable to you, I would have written this, which now, as I'm able, I will explain or place out, thinking that there should be some haste, because, as it is said, if a man is a buller, all the more he is old. Buller's like a necklace thing. What have I done there? Okay, a buller is also a bubble. This, as it's said, that means that's a proverb somewhere in Latin, that if a man's a buller, he's an old man. So it doesn't really, there's no proverb in English that says that. Anyway, for my 80th year admonishes me or reminds me that I pack up or tie together my sack, so he's putting things in a sack and tying it before I set out from life. Okay, such as preparations before death. Therefore, since you bought a fundum, a farm, which by cultivating it well, you want to make it very fructuous, fruitful and profitable. And me, as you're asking me, what sort of care or attention I should have for it, what care there is for me, or experience for me, that Xperia, which I've experienced or which I tested. So he's just asking a question. He wants him to write to him, obviously. I think he was writing it somewhere to his wife. And not only while Quoad I was living, or while there is life, the things which ought to be done, that I should advise you, but even post-mortem after my death. Neither shall I allow the Sibyl not only to have sung, Sibyl was a prophet, so that the prophesize can be used for kinesi, the things which, while she was living, she predestined humans, she helped humans, but even the things which, when herself had perished, this even to the most ignorant humans of her, basically the people who didn't know her, that's what this superlative means. So while Sybil was alive, she helped humans, and after she died, she even helped the people who were ignorant or didn't know her. To the books of her, or her books, so many years after, we're accustomed to return to them or look into them cum desideramus, when we desire to, for what faciendum, what must be done by us or for us. Ex aliquo portento. It's a little phrase there. So what should be done by us whenever there's some type of portent? They'll consult these books. Me, not even while I'm living, so when he's not living, I guess, I'll be able to do something which will prosit. As we saw, prosit, it has a D in it in some compounds. So what should be able to help my necessaries, my friends and acquaintances and family. For this reason, I'll write to you 3 libros indices, 3 lists of books to which you're able to revert if you're inquiring into some matter. Quam modum, and just as how, or some way it will help whatever you're doing in cultivating, then you'll know what ought to be done. Et quoniam, and since, as they say, the gods help the facientes, present participle, people who are doing things, the gods help people doing things, prior I will invoke them, not as Homer and Ennius did with the Muses, but the 12 consentis gods. I'll just read a bit from the lobe here. In the Etrusco-Roman language of religion, the 12 superior deities who form the common council of the gods assembled by Jupiter. The names in Ennius are Juno, Vesta, Minerva, Ceres, Diana, Venus, Mars, Mercury, what the hell is this? Ui or something? Neptune, Vulcan, and Apollo. Tama. Nevertheless, neither of these urban gods, of whose images stand at the Forum Aureate, covered with gold, 6 male and the same amount of female gods, but these are the 12 gods who maxime, or especially, the leaders or the leading gods of agriculture. First, those All their fruits of agriculture are contained for the sky and the earth, Jove and Tellurium. Jove's Jupiter, Tellurium is a land god, and so these are the parents, the great parents. They are called. Jupiter is called the father, Tellus is Mother Earth. Second group, sun and moon. That's probably what I said, same amount of male and female. Tellus is female, even though it's got the US third declension there. Sun and moon, of whom the times are observed, or your seasons or something like that, when certain things are surrounded, sowing and condunta. Usually means put things away, but it'd be sowing and harvesting. There's another word for harvesting. The third is Ceres and Liberum, which, what have we got? That of these, fruits of these is maxime, or especially necessary to life. Victims also income. So it's our life and income and living, etc. For from these, food and drink, potio, come from the farm. So it's probably grapes as well there. Quarto. The fourth pairing is Robigum and Flora. Flora is flourishing plants. Robigum is wheat rust, which is when it's propitious. The fermenters, the grains and crops will not be corrupted by the rust, and the trees also. Actually, so it's the fruit and trees won't be corrupted with rust. Nequi non, so double negative, so and it'll make things flower tempestive at the right time. And so, publici, this is the second time today they've got that adverb there. So for the public, this is the ferie, or the holiday for rust, robigo, the robigalia. And you have the floral games have been instituted of flora. Okay. Likewise, I'd venerate or admire and venerate Minerva and Venus. Okay, so this pairing it's two females, of which one is for the procuration of olives and the other of gardens. Quonomine. In this name was instituted or began the rustic vinalia, another occasion or holiday. Daily Dictionary, public, it's just a public, probably use Lewis or short. And bulla here from earlier, a bubble. Boss, knob, here's a locket amulet, which it's usually used around the necks of boys. Okay, so we've had, in fact, I also pray to or invoke lympha and good events, good outcome. Since without water, all agriculture is arid and wretched. Without success and a good outcome, it's just frustration and not agriculture in itself. Therefore, with these gods, to their veneration of these gods have been invoked, I refer to sermons or some conversation which we had recently concerning agriculture. From these things, what ought to be done, you'll be able to notice or focus on, in which, if it's not in these, the things which you are seeking, I'll indicate from which scriptors, which writers you can seek it in, at Crolides, both Greek and us Romans.